Monday, and welcome to Connect the Dots with Candida, where this beautiful panel comes every week, twice a week, to actually share some light. We are here to discuss about important things. It could be business, it could be about our private lives, our struggles. But today we have a different topic for you. Today is going to focus on the business and what make people successful. So our topic for today is why successful people never stop learning. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome to Connect the Dots with Candida. My name is Candida, the mom of two amazing children, a wife, a civil servant, and a proud digital business owner. I'm originally from Cameroon. I'm based here in Ontario, Canada. And today, I always start with a quick question for my audience. Have you ever noticed that the most successful people in this world are always reading? They always attending training of any sort. They ask questions and they're learning something new every day. The moment we think we know everything is the moment we stop growing. And you anybody can testify to this because when you think that you already know it, you stop learning. But you still don't know because we learn every day. Every day is a learning process. The world is changing every single day. Technology is evolving and industries are transforming. The new opportunities are being created daily. So the people who continue to grow and adapt are those that are successful in life. That's why we're going to discuss today. We're going to give you some of the tips why make these people successful. And this beautiful panel, is going to dive into each and every tip and talk about it. And I hope that by the end of this session, you will learn something from us today. Success isn't about knowing everything. It's about being willing to learn something new every day. Even if it's like a little tiny thing, even if you just learn how to needle, anything that you learn that you didn't know before, it's a learning process. So the question isn't whether you are too old or too busy. The real question is, are you willing to keep growing? All right, ladies, let's dive in and talk about all these beautiful tips for people out there. So somebody will learn something today. And when I call your name, please introduce yourself, and then I will introduce your tip, and then you can talk about it. All right. So we're going to begin with Mentor Ngozi. So you will unmute yourself and introduce yourself, and then talk about successful people invest in their growth. Please
Hi,
take the.
everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching me from. Happy Monday, everyone. My name is Ngozika. I am a wife, a mom of four amazing children, a registered nurse, and a proud digital business owner. Originally from Nigeria, but I reside here in Ontario, Canada. So today we are talking about why do successful people never stop learning. Successful people understand that their greatest investment is usually in themselves, right? Because they know that the more they learn, the more they invest in their personal growth, it pays off over time. It's just like, let's say planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you water it, you care for it, then it grows into a stronger tree that will produce, fruit for lots and lots of years, right? And in the same way, when you invest in yourself, you're able to improve in your knowledge, in your skills. You want to become capable, you want to be more confident. At that point, you're able to embrace or you're prepared to embrace opportunities that will be coming on your way. For successful people, growth never stops. And that's why you see there are a lot of books to read. They're reading books, attending seminars, taking courses, listening to podcasts and learning from people they see as their mentors because they understand that the world is constantly changing. So for you to keep up, you have to really improve yourself. You have to, embrace those technology that is around the corner. And the more you know, the more you learn new skills, the possibility of being able to solve the problem that you are encountering in your business. Many successful people you see today, they are willing to learn something new all the time instead of staying comfortable. They don't rest. Even though they're already successful, they still keep chasing more and more and more, and they learn for even when they make mistakes because nobody knows it all. Remember, they are still, we all learn every day. When they learn, when they fail, when they make mistakes, they learn from it, because every mistake takes you something valuable. It helps you to make a better decision in your future self. If that happens again, you are able to make better decisions. They always ask themselves, what can I learn from this? Instead of, why did this happen to me? So when they have mistake, when you fall, they get up and keep running. And as they invest in themselves, they learn new ideas because the world is changing. We have a lot of technologies everywhere, have tools. The better ways of doing things are be able to, learn more opportunities. They will always, succeed in changing the world. So the greatest asset for me is like, and for you, and for whoever that wants to be successful, is that knowledge. You be able to gain knowledge, you be able to learn skills, you be able to develop yourself as well as your mindset, building things that can take, that no one will take away from you. In this our business, we have a lot of things that we have in order to be successful in this business. We have our mastermind, we have our training site, we have our daily, daily in droppings, we have accountability partners, and also a training site where you learn and be able to be successful. We have everything that you need for you to be successful in this business. You don't have to learn everything at once, right? You learn one thing one day at a time, and that way you're able to make it big over time. Like we always say, small, you start small and you are consistent. Over time, you improve to get the bigger results that you are looking for, which is the reason why you join this business. And the more you invest in your growth today, the more opportunity you'll be able to create in the future or nearby future. So
Thank you,
successful
sis.
people, they don't see learning as an expense; they see it an investment, and that's why they invest in in be able to start a new business, start something new. They keep learning, and the experience, all those experiences will help them to become a better picture of themselves. They're able to
Yeah.
think bigger. They'll be able to create this opportunity. They understand that one truth about being successful is your income will grow as you grow. Every new skills they acquire increases their value, and every lesson they learn improve in their decision making, right? Like Warren Buffett says, the more you learn, the more you earn. So my take is invest in your growth today, and your future self will thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Well said. Well said. Yeah, invest in yourself is very, very important. Sometimes we see people that are successful and we think they know it all. You will realize that successful people ask the most questions. They want to know everything because they want to get better at everything they're doing. So thank you for explaining that. All right, let's move over to Mentor Coco. Please introduce yourself. As she is talking, we also know that learning open new opportunities. So please introduce yourself and elaborate on that.
Yes, thank you for having me today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in. This is Coco from Virginia Beach, Virginia, United States, originally from Japan. Yes, my topic is opportunity. Yes. So, have you ever noticed that most successful people, not ordinary people, they're always talking about, I'm still learning, I'm still learning. It sounds like really down to earth or something, because I just attended a convention a couple of weeks ago, and then all the we met all the great leader and top, and they sound so humble, and they always say, I'm still learning, I'm still in the process. That's how it is. Most successful people, never stop learning, even after 5 years, after 10 years, and then the decade. Yes, So because you know why? They always say that learning open more new opportunity. So think about it. If you keep doing what we always done or you already know, you will keep getting what you got always done, always do. You know, so, but the moment you learn a new skill or the new people, or the meet the new people, or the gain a new technique or perspective, doors open. Doors start to open that you didn't even know existed. Oh, there's a door here. Okay, let's open. But you know what? If you stop learning, you're not gonna have another door. Always the same door. That's what it is. So especially in the digital business, the world changed so fast. New technology, new marketing strategy, new platform. So if you stop learning, you eventually stop growing too. The opportunity available today did not existed a few years ago or maybe last year. That the opportunity 5 years from now probably don't exist yet. So the people who always benefit from those opportunity won't necessarily be the smartest one. They will be the one who are willing to keep learning and adapting, don't mind to change, always like a rolling stone, never sit still. The learning doesn't just, the changing what you know. It's not because it's not only the increase in knowledge. No, it's not because the change what you can do and then the change who you become. So every book you read, every month, every mentor you listen to, every event you attend, and like I said, every mistake I learn from becoming the investment in your future. It's connected to the next month or next year for the future. So don't even think about learning as a something you do only for the beginner. No, it's not. Think about it. It's lifelong habit. Learning is a habit. That's what the most successful people do, still do. So because the more you learn, the more opportunity you will see because you have more door to open. So and sometimes the opportunity you've been waiting for is waiting for the version of you that has not stopped learning someday. So that's
Okay.
all from me today.
Thank you, Coco. Thank you. Well said. Absolutely. Learning create opportunities. Open those doors for you. Some of us remember when we started, we had no idea what we were doing. We didn't even know social media. As we are learning social media, it's opening doors for us. Opportunities are coming. That is what it's all about. Attending convention. Sometimes you learn a lot by just even chatting with somebody beside you. So successful people never stop learning because learning do open those opportunities for them. All right, let's go over to Mentor Chinaza. So please introduce yourself and then give us the tip on learning builds confidence.
Thank you very much, Candida, for this opportunity. My name is Chinaza. I'm originally from Nigeria. I live in UK with my family, and then I am a mom and a wife, and also a successful digital business owner. Yes, talking about this topic, why successful people never stop learning, and then um, how learning builds confidence. Yes, have you ever wondered or noticed something about successful people? No matter how rich they are, or experienced, or how busy they are, they never stop learning. As my partner Ngozi said, that you see them, they keep reading, they keep attending seminars, taking up courses, and that's because they know that the moment they stop learning, they stop growing. Look at our world today. Our world is now changing, it's fast changing. Everything, new technologies keep coming up every day. Do you understand? If you don't keep learning, if you don't continue learning, you see yourself being left behind. You see that the things that you know today, they become outdated by tomorrow, and you will not be able to fit in. Do you understand? So that's why you have to keep up with the speed of the technology. Do you understand? So when you keep learning, you keep having that confidence, developing your confidence. For instance, when the first time you drove a car, you were a bit nervous, isn't it? Maybe you try to hold the steering so tightly, or you keep checking the mirrors every now and then. Do you understand? You are scared. That's when you keep practicing. Before you know it, it becomes something that feels natural. Also, like smartphone that we use today. Before, when you first held it or started using the smartphone, you were not confident. It was somehow confusing. You don't know which one to press, how to press the features of the phone. But now you're just operating it without even thinking. That's how it is. I also remember when I started this business, in fact, I used to be very shy, even though I'm still shy, but not as before. I see myself improving every day. And that is because I started this business. This business just brought out the skills I never knew that I have within me. Do you understand? So now I can stand. I can even talk on Facebook publicly like this. Before I could never do it. So that is one of those things that learning can bring out in you. It can give you that confidence and boldness. So when you keep learning, you keep growing. Do you understand? So like in this business, you don't have to say yeah because I don't know where to start. Where do I start? How do I go about it? I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable in computer. I don't have any experience. None of us had the experience before we joined this business. Most of us started without knowing anything. So you see us today, we are in it, we are glowing, we are going higher. Do you understand? Learning more and improving ourselves. That is how it is that is because here in this business, we have the system. It's already set for us. We have the tools. We have coaches. We have mentors that will guide you. So it's not as if you'll be left behind to do it all by yourself or to figure out things how to do it on your own. No, you have people around you that you can run to whenever you are confused and you don't know what to do. So it's something that you need to come and learn or join us and see what we are doing. If there is nothing here to learn or any skill to learn about, in fact, none of us we won't be here coming out every day to talk about this business. So one thing I have to say is that your future depends less on what you know already and depends more on what you are willing to learn next. It's all about willingness. Okay. The experts that you see today, they started as beginners. They were once beginners, but today you see where they are. Do you understand? So that's what I have to say. Learning helps you build that confidence. Okay, so that
Thank
is
you,
it.
sis. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah, learning do build confidence, and we can all testify to that. Remember, when you started, you're all shy, and then practice. They always say practice make perfect, right? Because you practice until you're confident. You until you feel like, okay, now I can do this. So learning builds your confidence, and we know that the more you do it, the more confident you become, and it goes for everything. Like she said, when you hold your steering wheel for the first time, you are so scared of even the cars beside you, to move along the way. So until you do that often, and then you build that confidence now that, okay, I can be able to change the lane and do all these things. It goes in everything you do in life. So your confidence built from learning every single day. Thank you. All right. Let's go to Mentor Shri. Please introduce yourself and give us a tip on learning helps you solve problems.
Thank you, Candida. Thank you for inviting me today. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our audience and whoever watching us or the replay later. My name is Sri. I'm originally from Jakarta, Indonesia, but I live in the state of North Carolina, United States. And here I work as a machine operator in manufacturing, and I'm also a digital business owner. And yes, I would like to talk about when we learn something new, then that can solve the problem. I will give a simple example. I don't know if you guys ever saw my life, and I ever talk about I've been feeding birds and I've been feeding squirrels. So it is fun to see their behavior, because especially squirrels, when they're eating and then see their face kind of cute and can sometimes can make your day, when you feel happy that day and you see them. One day I saw a flock of blackbird. They came, blackbird, when they come to your yard, they will come in group, right? And then I saw them just stealing the squirrel's food. In just a few minutes, they're gone. None of the food left. And instead of feeling frustrated, and I want to make sure my squirrel have enough food, you know what I did? When you go to restaurant, sometimes you take out container, right? Take out to go box. So I finally found a solution. I used one of the container, the to go container, which is the light plastic. I use that as the lid to cover my squirrel's feeder, so that way those birds not able to be underneath to steal the food no more. And then I saw the squirrel finally able to figure out how to get underneath to eat his food, and I'm so happy about that. And so the same like in our life and also in our business, when we face challenges, sometimes we feel frustrated, but when we want to learn something, then we will find the solution. So for our audience out there, when you face the challenges in your life, even when you are in business, so don't just don't be discouraged. As long as you want to learn something, you can solve the problem. Just because you don't know something doesn't mean you cannot do that. You cannot do the thing to solve the problem. As long as, again, you are willing to learn, then you can solve the problem. So the same like you guys already mentioned, those successful people, they also, they might don't know anything when they start the business, but they keep learning. That's why they can do that. They can become successful. So the way I learn is, everybody's different. Some people learn just like Candida already mentioned, like reading the books. The way I learn, I like to watch like YouTube, and I watch people how to do this, how to do that. That's the way I learn, but still learning. That's okay. It doesn't matter how you learn, as long as you learn something, so you can create something. So
Yeah.
I guess I guess that's enough from me, Candida. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri. Thank you. Now, I have a question. How did the squirrel figure out now how to go under the container? So now that's a curiosity I have. So we'll talk about that after. But that was a very good example. There is a problem, you have to look for solution. So everything in life, there is always going to be problem. So don't dwell on the problem. Figure out the solution. Okay, if it didn't work today, what can I do to make it work tomorrow? Where was I wrong? Where am I going wrong? What can I do to better myself? That's all that you have to do. Always look for the solution, not the problem. Don't dwell on it. Because when you dwell on the problem, guess what? You move yourself backward. And when you're looking for the solution, it's going to give you that curiosity to look for it. And, during that period of looking for the solution, you're going to learn something different. And that's how all these successful people work in their life. So when you're coming into the business, if you are coming into the business, just think that you don't think that you have to have everything figured out. You're gonna have to run into some problem, and you have to look for solution. It could be like watching a video in YouTube, like Shri said, or it could be like reaching out to another partner to say, okay, I'm running into this issue. Have you run into it before? This is how we manage our lives. You are not alone. You will not be alone. There will always be people. All right. Let's move over to Mentor Lina. So introduce yourself and talk about the tip that stated learning keeps you relevant. Oh, unmute yourself, sis.
Thank you so much, Candida, and good evening, everyone on the panel, inside and outside of my audience. Good afternoon and good night, wherever you are watching me from. I'm Leena from Ontario, Canada. I'm a mom of two and grandma of four beautiful kids, and I am a very successful digital business owner, and also I work my day job as an administrative professional. So today I have a topic is all of them are spoke topic about how you need to keep a very current on the technology or on the learning new things. So on the same topic, learning keeps you relevant. So let me ask you a question. Have you noticed how quickly the world is changing? It is not like 5 or 10 years ago. Today, after 5 10 years, we are very different place today, right? So for over 30 years, I have been administrative assistant, and I used a lot of tools, like, beginning with the typewriter, and then it went on to computer, and then it went on to windows and all that kind of doors and everything. so so a lot of things we have come across change, and that is keeps us learning and relevant. But who knew, like, I did all that was good for me, and I did work, but I never knew anything about social media, online marketing, and automation or AI. If someone had told me about few years ago that I would be doing live like this way, creating videos, putting my ads on social media, learning to grow my business, create a content, use AI, all that things, I would have really laughed. I would have said, "What are you talking about?" Right? So this is all came because I decided to be staying relevant and staying learning. As Coco and everyone other people mentioned, learning is something everyone does, every successful person. If you want to be successful, you need to keep growing and learning new things. So the world keeps changing, okay, and we can either resist the change or we can move along with the change. Those people who resisted, they stayed behind. We still have time, maybe another maximum 1 2 years. After that, it's very difficult to jump on that bandwagon and make it to same people who are started learning like last 3 4 years. It's very hard to catch up with them because technology is going very fast. So you know what I did? I decided to learn. Every day I learn one thing new, and just like Sri said, I go that under that lid and I try to find solution for things that if I don't know. There are so many ways that you can find solution today, and all you need to do is keep digging and digging until you find it. So you don't have to become expert in one day. All you need to be willing to learn one thing every day and master that thing. And by known time, by 1 2 years later, you wouldn't even recognize yourself because you come such a long way. So my tip for you today is if you stop learning, we stop growing. So, but when we decide to learn and keep learning, we will become really successful. We will transform from inside out, and we eventually the success is already catching up on us. So, yeah, that's my tip for you, to learn and grow and stay relevant. Thank you, Candida. You're on mute.
Sorry. Thank you. If you take our olden days to our newer days, you're going to see that if you don't keep up, you're going to just get frustrated, because a lot of people are complaining that you can't go to the bank now and deal with the teller like we used to do before. Everything has shifted online. Now, no more deposit your checks via e-deposit. So these are the things. Everything is changing. You have to adopt. You have to learn. It is relevant for you to learn new skills and to keep on adjusting to new technology. And in 2 to 3 years from now, we might not even have a face-to-face direct service anymore. Everything will be online. So the more we adapt to it, the faster we adapt to it, the better for us, for our future. Thank you, sis. All right. This one is for Mentor Ronke. This is my favorite part. This one, the tip here is learning, create a legacy. This is what everybody is looking for. So, sis, take the floor.
Okay, thank you very much, sis. My name still remains Olaronke. I'm an accountant and I'm a wife, a mom, and a grandma. I'm really happy to be here today. Now, when we talk about learning, we're saying that learning will create growth, and growth on the other hand will also lead to legacy. How does it lead to legacy? Because when you're learning and your children can see that you are learning, that already says a lot for them. It's like you are kind of creating a good example. That's actually not the word I want to use, but a good example will do. You are kind of creating a good example, and you are allowing them to know that that is the right thing to do. Because as you continue to learn, you would know more. Your horizon will widen. The way you see things will be different. Why? Because you are already learning and you are trying to improve yourself. And as you improve yourself, what happens is that they always say that successful people create legacy. Successful people, you become successful, and in doing that you create legacy. The legacy that we talk about is not just you maybe having a bunch of houses, leaving it for your children when you die. No, we're not talking just about that. We're talking about you leaving a legacy, a good a living a kind of life that your children would emulate, that your children would want to live right before your eyes, and even when you leave. So, all the other properties or the things that you seem to want to acquire to live for them, it's also good. I'm not saying it's not good, but I'm saying that your own attitude, your own growth, the fact that you can continue to learn, you are not saying I'm too old or I'm too young, would also incite some things in your children, and that will make them to continue to push forward. In essence, you'll be creating a kind of family that will not just that your family will benefit from it, because there will be benefits that we accrue, but they would also benefit from those invisible things that you would have created, because it will last in their memory. It will be right there in their memory. They will think about it, and whenever they want to say no to some things, they will remember you and just say, okay, I'll do it. So that's what we're talking about here. It will create a legacy because you are just continuously improving yourself, and you are not stopping. Thank you.
Thank you, sis. Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Legacy is not always about leaving something behind or leaving money or this and that. Legacy is something that your family can remember from. It could be like how, what a wonderful cook you were, what a wonderful, entrepreneur you are, or like she said, something that you're doing so well that your kids are learning from it and benefiting from it and seeing you do it. That is your legacy. Because sometimes when we talk about legacy, people just think that it's something you're going to leave to somebody. It's not always that. Sometimes we cherish our parents, not because of what they left to us, but because of who they make us who we are today. Because they probably were not educated, but they have left some legacy that we learn from it and become who we are today. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. And before we go, I still want to let you know that success is not about knowing everything. It's just a willingness to learn something new every day. And if you are willing to learn, you will grow. You invest in yourself. You grew to another point that you didn't even know you can grow into. So every book you read today, every skills you develop, and every lesson you learn is just an example of who you are and what you can become tomorrow. So everything you learn will bring you one step closer to the person you're capable of being. So we want to thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time at Connect the Dots with Candida. That will be on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we hope that you have learned something today, and that when you come into this business, don't just think that it is you have to know anything. You can come and learn just like we did. We did not know when we come here. And for you to get to this business, you see our website display. It will display there in black. So it makes it for you easier to read them. Just take one of them, register, watch that complimentary webinar. That is how this business goes. It is step by step. That's your first step. Watch that webinar. It is free of charge. So anything free, you are going to get some knowledge. Knowledge is power. So start from there, and then there is a registration. Remember, our registration is refundable within 30 days. We give you this opportunity to come and see what we do. You have the whole 30 days to learn and ask questions. And if it's something you want to move forward, we will be able to help you. We are all mentors, and we're here to work with you all the step of the way. All right. So don't be scared. Don't be shy. Just reach out to us. We are ready to mentor you. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
you.
Have a